Hello everybody, this is Japhet from the Art of Trading. Welcome back to another episode of the Daily Top 10, where we look at the trending stocks objectively and see where price action takes us. So I've been gone a while, but today we are back. Hopefully we see some action on PSEI, our index. But yeah, I've been gone because there weren't too much happening. So I took a break, took some time off, and now we are back. So before we look at our trending stocks, let's look at our index first. So for our index right here, you see PSEI. It moved on the upside earlier this week, but we do see it consolidating a little bit into this area, the support zone that we had laid down at 6,500 to 6,600. So this is a good upward channel, upward movement, and hopefully it is maintained. If not, we could have a retest of this area right here at 6,300. Maybe get like a double bottom right here, but we don't know if this is maintained and creates like a higher low right there. That would be beneficial to our index. But for today, we do see it close at negative 62 points or negative 0.94% for today, closing in at 6545.55. That's a lot of fives. So yeah, that's it for our index. Let's look at our first trending stock, which is Dito. So Dito closed at 10.20 or negative 0.2%. So we have a positive net foreign for today. That is good, but we do see it breaking the channel. This one, the downward trend line. So we do see it breaking, but it's just settling there. We see it breaking through its sideways movement. So we do know for sure that this has stopped going down for now. And we do see this triangle right here. So let me remove that for a bit. Our bias is still definitely on the downside, as we see this right here sloping downwards, but it has ended it sideways. And now it's in an area of like indecision right here. So you see this triangle going down right there, and you'd see this upward trend line right here. So it's on the verge of either breaking above or breaking down below right here, breaking this support area that we have. So we shall see what this one does. Definitely an indecision right here, but definitely getting smaller as well. So the range is getting smaller and smaller until we see it either explode on the upside or break down below. So that's it for Dito. Let's look at PHA, who I think is also doing the same thing, closing in at 2.05 or positive 0.49%. So it's also doing the same thing, breaking this downward trend line by a little bit on our daily time frame. But yeah, it's failing to, actually this is failing to break this downward channel right here, but we do see it also forming this triangle right here. So it's like a descending triangle and maintaining the support level. So this is also in an undecided area right now, so it doesn't know what it wants to do yet, but the pressure is still on the bulls, as it closed low with a high of 2.14, but it closed lower at 2.05. So the bears are still in control for sure, and we are hoping that this breaks some level of resistance right here at 2.3. That's the resistance zone that I am watching for it to break, and that is also an area that we should be watching for it to break, hopefully soon. But for now, the bias is still on the bears, so we shall see what it does. And right now it's just accumulation phase right here at 1.9 2.0. If that is a setup that you have trade it and accumulate in these areas right here. So up next we have APL, which is maintaining this range right here. How do you call this? Respecting this resistance zone at 19.60 to 2020 to 0.2050. So it broke it sideways, this downward trend line, it broke it sideways. But if you ask me, now it's just a wider, so this slope, we're gonna maintain this slope right here, since we have once, twice right here tested and we had a massive reaction on the downside. So this slope is still being touched, so it wants to touch it right around here within this resistance zone as well. So we shall see what it does, but it's definitely also in this triangle, symmetrical triangle of indecision. So it's undecided as well whether it wants to break down or break above, or break out on the upside. So watch out for that to happen, the breakout above this resistance, above this downward trend line, and that's like multiple confirmations that it would be on the bullish side if it does break above. So up next we have MRC, just maintaining this level of, what is this, resistance right here. So resistance at 4.41, and it's currently resting there. We do see a level of support right here at 0.35 to 0.3650. So that's a good zone. 0.35 to 0.36. Yep. So that's a good area of support right there, and it's currently retesting this resistance right here. Although if you ask me, we could be seeing this. Wait, hold on, let me just chart this. So we could be seeing this break above with this powerful move on the upside with the right conditions. It could break above and retest. I could break above here and then retest this support area here in the future, but right now it's definitely attempting to break this key level, and if it does so, a lot of people are going to be watching this. So for now, the support area did hold up at 0.36, and it is trying to attempt to break this. Could have two reactions, either on the downside or keep pushing on the upside. So we shall see what it does. Good move by MRC, and we go up next to our next trending stock with green. So green is also just maintaining this level of, so what has it done? So green has broken this uptrend right here, the daily uptrend, and this support line could be changed. So let's just move that there. Now that it has broken this upward trend line, we do see it acting as a resistance. Let me just keep that. So we do see it breaking above. We do see it trying to break this resistance right here at around 4.17, but it's acting a pretty good resistance. It's a pretty good resistance, but we do have a support level right here. So let's watch and see, because the 3.55 to 3.70 level is holding up. So to 3.70 level for green, we are looking at that spot right there. But if you ask me, it's just going to be ranging first sideways, so we shall see what it does. But right now the bias is still on the upside as I continue to push with this wick rejection right here. So we could be seeing a retest of this support range that we have here at 3.55, and hopefully it holds up, because this upward trend line is now broken right here. The immediate upward trend line is now broken. But if you're looking at a bigger picture, we could be looking at this and being like, hey, this is just a pullback on towards this level at 3.25 where it crosses. So we shall see. But right now, this immediate push on the upside has been broken. We could never really go that steep, huh? So we shall see. We shall see what this does. So many trend lines that it has formed, that it is forming, but right now it might be attacking those upward trend lines pretty badly. So I'm just gonna watch this zone right here. If it holds up and if it breaks above here, that would be the best entry. So if it does break above, and watch out if it does break below. So I'm gonna be just watching this. Not a good setup to be trading right now for green, as it is also just going downwards, closing in at 3.85, only positive of 1%. So right now ranging for me right here, and it failed to break above. So this is not simply just a pullback, it's definitely some correction that we are seeing for green. So up next we go to closing in at 5.0 even with a positive 1.42%. And wow, it definitely broke. Let's refine this. So our downward trend line right there definitely broke it on be going sideways, but we still have a resistance intact at 5.27, and we still have our support zone intact as well. So if you want to buy this, support zone might be the best way to test an entry for this one, but definitely not much action as well, as it is just going sideways. So it's still hitting resistances right here and being rejected. So that's it. Up next we have GMA7. This, oh, that's a big gap. What a gap up from 7.48 to around 8.75 closing today. So negative 2%. It lost 2% since yesterday. But to get more context on what happened, let's look at it. So it did gap up, but got rejected. Got rejected right here. So that rejection, huge candle, it's trying to uphold itself without filling this gap. But if you ask me, this gap is a very dangerous thing, and it could potentially retrace all of that right here. So I think there was a dividend. Yeah, there's a dividend thing right here. Cash dividends. Record date Thursday, April 22. Okay. X date is April 19. So they're probably just trying to buy into this. That's why it gapped up. Everyone just trying to get shares on this one, but yeah, this is quite a dangerous setup, as it could pull back and retrace all of these gaps right here down below. So I say just watch on this one as we move on to land, closing in at 1.67, or whoa, 22% up. And today Wow, that is a good break above. Definitely to watch out for. Good break above, good candle, good closing, and I'm watching this to pull back right here on our resistance zone at 1.42. So I'm watching that zone to hold as a new level of support, and hopefully it builds up something right there. So let me just remove these. Let's analyze. Let us analyze. So this is a great movement. Great movement by land. So right now we had this resistance right here, and it was failing to break that before. Let's say right there. So let's say our resistance, it was failing to break that before, and then finally today it broke above. So that's a key level for me to watch out for. It was a resistance, and I'm hoping that it holds as a level of support. And this is priced at 1.36 to 1.42. So hopefully, if I'm gonna buy into this, watch out for this pullback right here. This could pull back massively and just dive down in the next few days, because we saw a 22% increase today. There will definitely be profit takers in the next few days, but this is a strong move on the upside, and we could just be watching this for the pullback. So that's a good one, good move for land. Definitely will be watching this as well. So up next and lastly, we have Acen, who has been going sideways as well. So I think it's going sideways even more. So it's also still in that triangle right here. We do see it respond there. So pretty much the same chart as Dido, or I think it was PHA. Similar charts. So we closed at 6.92, not much action, and then a lot of foreign buying today. So it held up its own. It held up as support, and we didn't move too much today. So we shall see, but it could retest this down upward trend line once more, contracting a little bit more, smaller and smaller right here. And it could either break above or break down below and retest this level of support. So we should just be watching this for now. So yeah, that's it mainly for Acen. And let's go back to our index for our recap. So our downward trend line is still holding up. Hasn't broken it yet, but we are seeing these massive movements on the upside, and we are hoping for a creation of like a higher low right here, so that we would be looking forward to potentially an upward trend. But with everything that's happening in our economy or government and in the COVID cases, we could still be looking at a further push on the downside. So just be careful out there with your trades. No need to rush anything. As I've said, there's not much going on, so just be patient. Stay patient on your entries. So that's it for me for the episode today. And if you pick up something for your trading strategy, or if you just enjoyed watching this one, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up and consider subscribing down below. And I'll see you guys on the next one. But remember always to stay patient, be disciplined, and strive to be consistent with your trading. I'll see you guys on the next one, and have a great evening.